Hello once again, this is John Elder streaming live from beautiful sunny South Texas, and in today's video we wanted to touch on SEO Saturday here in the group. So for as far as SEO is concerned, that's more of a level 2 thing in the hierarchy of needs. If you haven't grabbed the ebook, it's pinned to the top of the group. Go ahead and grab that and check it out. Once you've got your website established and level 1, you've got your name out there and you've got your profiles set. Next, you want to boost them up, get them moving in the right direction, heading up towards the page 1 for the right search terms, so that when people search for your business, they can find you. That's how it's done. So, that being considered, I did a little Google search. Top 2022 Google algorithm ranking factors are, as shown here. You notice some of the biggest chunks here. These 3 account for more than half. And all of these have to do with keywords. So that's what we're going to touch on today, keyword searching. Now, publishing high quality content, that seems to be the biggest part. You can do this by either adding pages to your website consistently or just having a blog and consistently adding more content through that blog posting. That's why people all love blogs. It gives you a chance to work all these keywords in naturally by using them in articles. There's a lot of keywords that revolve around search intent, like say you're a therapist. A term with a high search volume would be, what's the difference between a psychotherapist and a counselor? Something like that. That's something you could easily address in a blog, and that also puts you in a spot where that exact search term is probably going to be used 2 to 3 times in that article. So when someone plugs that search term into Google, guess who's going to come up? Google's going to say, I have an exact match for that right here. And they're going to grab your site and move it to the top. So that's how you massage the SEO in order to get yourself to rank for those kind of search terms, by utilizing blogs in your content. Another way is by using your meta title tags. These are your H1 title tags at the top of the website, your category tags, which would be your H2 through 6s, and on WordPress sites, you actually have areas in the back end where you can just plug in all your major keywords you're shooting for, and it'll basically put it on a post-it note on the back side of the website where no one sees it, but the Google bots do. So the Google bots crawl your site, they'll see that post-it note, your meta tags, and say, okay, this guy wants to rank for this whole list of terms. And they'll plug you in for that list of terms. That's why you want to use a good website builder, not a cheesy little Wix page or some stupid stuff like that. Next is backlinks. I'm going to touch on this in another one because it's kind of a thing all of its own. Because backlinking is a major part of SEO, and the reason for that is because it allows you to, again, use these keywords by writing blogs on other people's sites, commenting on articles. There's a bunch of ways to get backlinks. But basically, it's when you have a link pointing back to your site from an article posted on someone else's site. Say someone else has a site with a domain authority of like 50, and yours is like a 10. You get an article on that site, some of that credibility or link juice gets transferred over to you. Now say on that article you have a hyperlink that says best therapist in Austin. Okay, that's the keyword that all that link juice is going to travel through, so Google's going to rank you for that search term. Maybe not right away. Well, I mean, it's a pretty competitive niche, but that's why you build them up and just keep them coming. And the next is niche expertise. You relate this through the content on your website. Content is king, again. So you want to write more. You don't want a clean website that's just pretty pictures or a video. That doesn't tell Google anything about you. Google needs to know who you are, what you do, and why you're the authority in the area. So the more you're able to talk about yourself, what you do, your experience, your credentials, reviews, anything of the sort, it paints you as the expert. That puts you in a position to have niche expertise. And that's how you build that one up. And then as you build these up and you're starting to move up in the search rankings, you eventually start getting more traffic and more user engagement, and it feeds on itself. And that's how you cover the vast majority of the factors. And in fact, also, in addition to SEO and backlinking and things like that, a lot of my clients prefer to run ads at the same time, because SEO, while it's like a blue chip stock in that it just keeps getting better over time, I paint it this way. So you're paying $750 a month for SEO. At first, you're not getting very many results. Month 2, maybe you get 2 leads off that. Month 3, you get 4 leads. Month 4, you get 6 leads. So on, so on. You see how the trajectory keeps going like this. But you're still paying this the whole time. So as you're paying the same thing every month, your results just keep getting better. That's why people love SEO. But that first couple months, that's a little gnarly, and that's where a lot of people drop off. They don't want to keep paying for not seeing anything. But when you couple SEO, there we are, with ads, you can kind of have your cake and eat it too. You're getting those calls in while your SEO ramps up and meets where you're at with the ads. And eventually you won't even have to run the ads, because you'll naturally just show up as the first results on all the hits. For example, I did a quick little search just to show some keyword search tools for you. TRT in Austin, that's testosterone replacement therapy, a niche that I happen to do pretty well in. You got your top hits here, and when you go in and look at them, I can see their website here, and I can grab this guy. This is SEO Quake. This is a free tool in the Google Chrome store, so you definitely want to snatch this one up. When you grab it and open it up, you can see the page info, and this gives you a ton of free information. I can see they don't have their meta keywords set there. That's kind of an Achilles heel we can exploit. But they do have a meta description. That's usually this little bit underneath. This is the meta description right here. So being able to squeeze some of those keywords in there is definitely helpful. And in fact, what you just saw there is another free tool up in my Chrome store bar. You can download that one too, called Keywords Anywhere. Now you notice this over here, local TRT clinic. How much does TRT cost? Austin testosterone therapy, low T center. These are all keywords that this tool has identified. So these are free tools that will give you the search terms that you need to plug into your content, plug into your blogs, plug into your meta tags, backlink them off of other articles, and just using your content overall in order to really hammer away at these ranking factors. Another thing that it gives you here is, let me see, this domain looks like Google sees 742 pages of content off this guy. That means he's got a blog. No one's got 742 pages of basic service pages. Generally, a website's core is 10 pages. You got your home, about us, contact, and like 5 or 6 main core services. And then you link off of those. And when this, say the hormone replacement therapy page for women starts talking about estrogen replacement therapy, that term will probably be hyperlinked to a blog article that talks about it in 500 to 800 words. And so on, throughout the page. Major search terms will be hyperlinked off to blog pages where they'll go more in depth on them in order to rank better for that search term. It's not that complicated. Now you can see here, it also has identified their main keywords, where they're found. Like this one's in their H tag, Austin, okay. Center, south. Yes, it's the South Austin Low Testosterone Center. So yeah, they've grabbed all those words and put them together there. Phrases, though, this is where it gets a little better. You got low testosterone, some nonsense that are just coupled together. Austin low T, hypertension, diabetes annual, cholesterol, hypertension. Well, it looks like they do a couple other things as well. But there's also some other search terms down here. So you can see by running this across not just one, but like all the top 3 guys, you're going to grab some search terms that are pretty good and relevant. However, as a professional, I don't tend to rely on this too much because it doesn't give me very much data. It doesn't tell me what the search volume is on some of these. Like low T center. What's the search volume on that? How many people are plugging that into Google? How much does Google charge if I was to run low T center as the main keyword in an ad? If someone clicks on it, am I paying $2 per click or $10 per click? It doesn't give me that. This does. This is called Mangools. This is a paid tool, so it's more something that an agency like me would have. If you'd like me to run you something, just say so, and I'll be happy to shoot you a list. I'm going to go ahead and type in. Oop, I'm misspelling. Testosterone replacement. And let her rip. This tool is awesome. This will give me every major variation on that so that I can plug all this into all those different areas. In addition, I get the search volume, average monthly search volume across Google. For example, 2,000 people are searching testosterone replacement. 29,800 are searching for testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, which again, right there, that's 16,000. It gives me the keyword difficulty, how much competition there is for ranking that kind of word. The cost per click. If I was to run an ad in Google Ads and the main keyword is testosterone replacement, it'll cost $6.36 every time someone clicks that ad. So that gives us an idea of how to craft our ads. We would probably want to go with low testosterone treatment because the cost per click is about half on that one. And it's also got more search volume than that one. So when you compare the two, it makes sense to run this search term instead of that search term because the search volume is twice that of that, plus the cost per click is half of that. So you can see how this tool can come in really handy from an agency perspective. In addition, if you go through this list, you have all these terms that you can plug into all these different areas. You got your backlinks, you got your meta tags, your high quality content, your blogs and whatnot. And for some of these, like, let me just add how. Okay. That's going to give me a bunch of search intent. Like how to get a doctor to prescribe testosterone. 940 people are typing that. And it's a very low cost per click. That's probably one I'd want to write a quick blog about. Simply give us a call and schedule a consultation. We'd be happy to meet you anytime, Monday through Friday. You know, some cheesy little 800-word article about the scheduling process, getting seen. And that's how you get ranked for a term like that. These are easy grabs. See, that one isn't even showing up on the keyword difficulty. So that's just a gimme. So you can snatch up a lot of search volume on super easy terms by hitting up the hows, answering their questions before they can even ask them. You're basically answering questions before the client even knows that they have the question by ranking for these search terms through blogs on your website. That's how keyword research really kills it for you. So to recap real quick, top ranking factors.